Okay. Can we start? All right. Good morning. Good morning, TAs, and good morning, everyone, my fellow students. So, on behalf of Group 9, my name is Mani. I'm from Indonesia. And our group consists of our group leader here, Aiden from Vietnam, Arthur Cho, JP Su, and Ben. Oh, James. Sorry. He's our new friend. All right. So, this is our a good chance to propose our final project. It is about the RAG, but this is we will introduce the GI agents, and this is a multi-agent conversational system with graph knowledge, and then also with this base memory, the RAG contextual reasoning, and the targeting is for the paper research, and this is especially for the academic paper research, right? So this is the problem. So how many times that we, let's say, would like to search something, and we are very dependent nowadays with the AI tools, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Perplexity, you name it. And at some point, we as a master student, postgrad student, PhD students, we need more than ever to find a good citation. And this good citation needs to be a valid citation as well. And how many times you got frustrated? Me, myself, experiencing it a lot. In terms of the citation or the link that is given by the AI tools there, when I click on that, well, it's a fake. Well, it's a fabricated. Yes, indeed, sometimes the author that we ask about is the same author. Sometimes the title exactly the same, but sometimes it's also, well, as we call it, it is hallucination. And this is a big problem with the LLM-based AI tools, right? So it happens many times. It happens many times, and this cannot be continued. And we need to stop this, right? I wonder why not a lot of like the industry in terms of the AI has come in the way, but maybe we as an academia, we also need to come in the way. This is our problem, and we need to solve this solution. All right. So, like first of all, we know the hallucination. It's a big problem, and we know it right away. Right? Even though we already tried to do the prompt engineering there, please give the valid citation. Please give valid the link of DOI and so on and so forth. Right? Also, please only look at this database, this database, this database. But at some point, still, the LLM still give us the hallucination, the fabrication links there, right? So inaccuracy LLM outputs is our big problem. And then, of course, in terms of the paper, we need to have a valid and also reliable ones. Most of time, especially in our field, in the AI field, we will get a lot of from the archive, arXiv. And a couple of weeks ago, the archive company, the publisher, they even considering to ban the CS and AI related papers in their journal, right? And it's going to be a big problem for us too. And also the LLM is trained based on that, right? Would be another future problem, okay? And even in our department, we are in CS, but also our target is education. We need to have a peer-reviewed paper. And this is not a preprint where the archive most likely there. Most likely they provide the preprint, which is not peer-reviewed yet, right? And this is where we come in. And also structural weakness. The hallucination is not merely stylistic error, but at some point it's also structural weakness in terms of that element, right? So then, now we try to introduce something that we call the DI agents. And these have three main features. The first one, we have the browser agent, in which we type something there, and then the browser would like to find the best and most reliable according to the database that we have predetermined before. And we are, for now, with our proposal, we try to dig into the Scopus, the Elsevier, and the WOS, the Web of Science, which have the index SSCI, and also the Q1 for the Scopus. and also the Google Scholar, which is already extended with our school database. So the Google Scholar is very broad, but at some point, if we use the extension from our NCU library, then it would be easy for finding a paper if we open it. And also another that we also have the Q&A agent, in which after we found the link, then also we get the paper. Sometimes we read it, but most of the time we don't, right? We are all too lazy at some point, but we need to make it efficient. And this is where the QA agent comes in. This is to try to understand the paper there and also to get us the insight, the summary. Maybe we can ask about the literature field there. Maybe we can ask the method. And this our agent try to give us the short answer there. And one more important thing about the knowledge graph. At some point, knowledge graph will help us to visualize something that we know to something that we already know, right? And this paper, we have the reference, of course, and this reference will make us easy to track down, let's say, this paper said it wallpaper, and that paper said it wallpaper, and so on and so forth, so that we can have a graph. And this is where we can also have that. Indeed, there are some, I think, service out there, connected papers and rapid research in which we can also build on top of that. But we try also to store and manage our data there so that we can also have the inside papers knowledge graph, right? And since this is also research, we also started by defining our research question. The first one is how can the multi-agent system that we have, we can effectively eliminate the citation hallucination problem. This is our main goal, right? And then the second one, of course, since we are building an architecture there, well, we try to build the best optimum possible in terms of those three, the browser, Q&A, and also the knowledge graph. And then the last one, how does this system that we are going to develop can be verified? Not just since we are solving the unreliable thing about the hallucination, we try to, of course, give the solution by giving the reliable one, right? Okay, about the literature review, well, I'm gonna make it quick. We know that LLM is frequently bugged in some point, right? And also, even Yann LeCun, the French American legend, he even mentioned that LLM is not going to be the future. At some point, our future is AGI, artificial general intelligence, and the LLM maybe somehow is not the solution yet. So maybe we are all trying to find the best solution possible. The Google Scholar offers broad, but at some point, well, still, there are some unreliable papers there. So that's why we try to also extend from the NCU library plugin. And also RAG improve factual grounding, but still produces at some point the errors in metadata. And because of that, we try to make it structured as possible by also, let's say, retrieve from the most reliable publisher ever for nowadays. Right, next. Okay, maybe for the system architect.
Okay, so for the system architecture overview, so this slide give a quick overview of how our system actually work. We use a simple multi-agent setup with three main parts: the browser agent, QA agent, and KG agent. When a user asks something, the agent router will figure out where the request should go. If it's a paper-related query, the search agent or browser agent will go to the Google Scholar, WOS, or Scopus, and to verify metadata like title, author, GS, and DOI. And overall, the whole system work together to make the academic reachable, accurate, transparent, and easy to trust. And this workflow of the multi-agent. The process begins when a user submit a query through the web-based interface, which forward to the agent router in the backend. The router identifies the nature of the query and direct it to the appropriate agent. If the query pertains to academic paper, the browser agent is activated to perform automated search across trust academic database. This agent extracts the necessary metadata and then it will validate the VOI format and store in the KG or IIG in the future. And it will return with the source and uh, and when the system receives a follow-up query, such as asking for more information about a specific paper, the QA agent will access the knowledge graph to retrieve the relevant metadata and then will return only stored info. So for the key advantage of the DI agent, it will first it will eliminate the hallucination background all the information in authentic scholarly database. The second one is enhance transparency and integrate knowledge graph allow user to trace origin and connection of information. And the third one is scholarly reliability to import the strict metadata validation, including DOI verification for accurate attribution. And last one is a extensible framework, which multi-agent design support modular growth for future enhancement. And this one is a example of interaction of chatbot with two mode of agent. As you can see, the left one is a browser agent. It returns the title, the author, the year, DOI, source, and URL. And the right one is for the keyword agent, which basically answer the question the user want to know. And we expect it to improve the efficiency of paper search and verification through multi-agent design and cache metadata. And we hope that the high paper retrieval rate will have the high paper retrieval rate due to simultaneous querying across multiple scholarly database. And the latency, we also hope is less than 5 seconds. Yeah. And this some equation that's real for evaluation. The first one is metadata validation accuracy, and the second one is paper retrieval rate, which we call K. So the first one is quantify the percentage of citation whose metadata will exactly match alternative record, preventing parallel or fuzzy match. And the second one is to measure how well the system retrieve relevant paper from a query set, evaluating the fraction of relevant paper in the top K result. And to conclude, AI agent provide a reliable solution for citation verification by combining multi-agent cooperation, metadata validation, and a structural knowledge graph. This allows the system to deliver fast, accurate, and trustworthy academic information. And this is the end of our presentation. Thank you.
Right. Please, if everyone have like a total skill proposal, so we'd like to have any feedback as possible. So please bring it, right? And this is also our real question and real problem. So hopefully we can also do this.
So how do you do the transcript? Use like the Microsoft Prepare or you do your own method?
Okay, so the question is, how do we build the knowledge graph? So actually, have you ever known about the framework called Neo4j? Actually, I think last week there was one group that was also using, okay, Russian Anti-Rex group was also using the same framework for the knowledge graph and the Neo4j. This is a yeah.
Any other question?
How do the DA agent ensure the transparency when it gives the answer to the user?
So how is the transparency? So, yes, it's a good question actually. So in the QA agents and also browser agents, we try to find the best possible solutions according to the query that was inputted. And then our agent would give the list of the some paper which relevant, right? This is how we mean by transparency. And most of them are indeed from the real database and also from the same DOI. So we try our best. So far, we don't have the hallucination yet, so far, but maybe, well, we need more iterations. Any more questions? Nothing wrong. Any questions?
Hey, thank you. So I'm curious about the web search. So you mentioned that for your DA agent using the web search to search the external knowledge first before extracting into the knowledge graph, right? So my question is how you specify the database like the Scopus, Google Scholar, and if the paper is closed, not open access, how you deal with it? Thank you.
This is a good question. Actually, so maybe the first question, how do we, let's say, scrap the data, right? So actually, the first prototype that we had, it was not for the academic research paper. It was for the intelligence business. So at first, Agent built the prototype. These also have the browser and then later scrape the data from the, let's say, if I want to buy a nice shoes, right? And then scrape the data from the relevant, like Nike, Skechers, and so on and so forth. And then later they try to detect, and then it will scrape. And this scraping data would be the, let's say, the retrieval ones, right? The same goes with the database that we predetermine, since we cannot really rely 100% to the AI. So we, let's say, predetermine only the Google Scholar with our NCU library, second, the Scopus, and third, the Web of Science, right? And a good question is about whether the paper, if it's not open, how we cannot do it. For now, we cannot do about it yet. And we, for now, let's say, following about the, also we need authentication as well. But in the long run, our proposal would be also, have you ever heard about, of course, Sci-Hub, right? It's by Alexander Elbakyan. And this Sci-Hub community, even if there are some new papers in Sci-Hub we cannot find, have you ever heard about the Smart P10 AI? Or some people call it as was on HT. This is a forum in which you can find a paper which even not in the Sci-Hub, and then you can ask the DOI there, as long as you can provide the DOI, and then some bot or some people would generously enough give you the updated paper. If it's
So
bot,
maybe you can write down the terms so that they can look it up.
okay, all right. So that this will be a note.
All right.
Is that answer your question?
Do you have anything you want to comment about this? No.
Do you have any comments or something, guys?
No? Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. So, Tim, you left.
Yeah, man.
So